So I'm currently working at Aboagye1 as an education assistant. During that time, I noticed that a lot of the girls and just the students in the classroom weren't really interacting with one another unless they already knew each other really well. They could find themselves in a classroom for a year and not know one another's names. And I wanted to create a space where they could come in, feel safe, work with one another, but do it in a way where they were creating something or doing something fun that wasn't so confronting. So I did that by bringing in some designs that they could work on together, and what that does is it creates a even playing field, because it's a new project that no one actually has the skills to do. So they have to work together, they have to ask each other questions to solve these problems. So in doing that, the students would work independently on a part of the dress on their own, and then once they completed their piece, to construct the whole dress, they had to work with one another to put it together. And I guess in doing that, they saw that their part also played a massive role in the bigger, as part of the bigger picture, I guess. So it was just a really clear visual to see how community works and how each person's part in community is so valuable and so important. And when you take one piece out, it's just not the same. Some people who helped me develop the program pitched the idea on my behalf, and and one of the people who heard that pitch was was the state manager from Save the Children. So I met up with him in early September and we discussed the program, and I told him a bit more about what I do. And just a few weeks ago, they contacted me and said that they would like to start a partnership and for me to implement the program with their Live and Learn program. So the Live and Learn program is a program which they run in the Golds Mills and Armidale area, and they work with young people of refugee backgrounds to help them navigate the things that come with moving to a different country. So I guess what I would love to do is to create creative communities within our community, and ideally the idea is to bring people of different walks of life, especially people in marginalised groups in our community, to bring them together, to connect them, to help them become a part of community, and to do that through creative projects. So, and another thing that's important that I remember is, I think one project that we work on in Aboagye1 is they have to create a 5-year plan, what do they want their life to look like in 5 years. So I like to show them how the design process is so similar to creating or working towards any kind of dream or goal that you have, because you start off with an idea which is just in your head, and it can be anything, and you put it on paper, and then you create these steps and these plans to realize that dream. And it's great because it's actually a physical thing, but at the end they can see oh, this was a dress or a top or whatever that I had in my head. I put it down and I've worked systematically and consistently and created it physically. And that is the same with any dream that you're going to have. You're going to have an idea, and it's going to be a matter of working with different people, putting those plans down and working systematically to create that thing.